Smooth jazz played low in the background as I cracked the safe. The taste of a receptionist's breath mint still sharp on my tongue. The cool bite steadied my nerves while the silent loop of the security monitor reassured me. Everything was under control, just how I liked it. I'm inside a private office suite on the 15th floor of a mid-rise downtown. One entrance, 2 cams, 1 motion sensor, all disabled 5 minutes ago. And now, click. Safe opens like a dream. Inside was exactly what I expected. A watch box, appraisal documents, and a thick envelope of cash. A little Cartier flex piece someone probably flaunted at fundraisers. I slide everything into a padded case, wipe down the safe, close it. Not because I have to. Just respectful of my craft. I move the same way I came in. Silent, patient, untraceable. Elevator's a no-go. Cameras are down, but power logs still ping. So it's 20 floors down the stairs to the alley. 1 locked exit door, and I'm back in the night like I was never there. Another clean job. Just the way I like it. People ask me why I do this. Why risk prison time for things rich people wouldn't even notice missing? It's not about the loot. It's about the win. I like beating the system, outthinking layers of defense, knowing someone paid 6 figures for a vault that I cracked while humming Coltrane. That's the high. The money's just the receipt. Tonight's haul sits on my table, each piece glinting under a single lamp. I pop open the Cartier box. Flashy, but tasteful. Could probably fence the whole thing in a week. I lean back, glass in hand, feeling that familiar satisfaction settle in. The kind that says, once again, I did everything right. I'm pouring a drink when my phone buzzes. Unknown number. I usually don't answer those, but tonight, I do. Halden, still active? It takes me a second. The voice is familiar, slightly strained. Probably someone I worked with a couple years back. Depends, I say. Who's asking? I've got a job, private residence, rich client. Want something pulled from their personal collection. No alarms, no guards. They're out of town. It's fast, quiet, high payout. I glance at the haul on my table. Bit sudden, I say. I don't usually double up. I wouldn't have called if it wasn't worth your time. He sends the address and details. A nice place near the edge of town. 1 clean mark. Something I'd done 100 times before. And would do 100 more. The property is gated, 3 stories tall, and lined with more windows than any house really needs. Just like he said. Completely empty. I parked a street over, walked the perimeter once, then let myself in through the side. The security system is dated. Nothing I haven't dealt with before. A few minutes with the right tools, and I slip through the back door without leaving a single fingerprint or sign of forced entry. House is quiet. Opulent. That kind of expensive where you don't even see price tags. Just sculptures you're not supposed to touch and shelves of books no one's read. I already know where the safe is. Closet behind the upstairs office. That's the job. 1 item. Take it. Leave the rest. I follow the plan. Up the stairs, through the hall, avoid the motion sensor by the top landing. Office doors already cracked. I slip in. It's all there. Desk, shelves, display case, painting covering the wall, safe. Classic setup. I pull the painting off the wall. Textbook setup. Behind it, a standard combo dial safe. Takes me a minute, maybe less, before it clicks open. Inside is a single item. A small leather case. I check the label, match it to the photo. That's the target. Clean and simple. I should have walked away right then, but something catches my eye. On the lower shelf, a section of the paneling stands out. Too clean, like someone had touched it recently while the rest of the room collected dust.
I crouch down and tap around the edges. It's hollow on the other side of the panel. Definitely hiding something. I wedge my knife between the cracks and pry it open. Behind it is another compartment, smaller and more concealed. Inside rests an old wooden box, deep green and etched with intricate gold detailing. Its surface is cracked with age and sealed in thick layers of hardened wax. A circle of salt surrounds it, as if someone tried to hold it in place or keep something in or out.
This wasn't in the job description. Still, the box is beautiful in a haunting way. Heavy, cold to the touch, ornate, and mesmerizing. My fingers are already on it before I tell myself to stop. I hesitate. Then I take the box anyway. I tell myself it's just one extra item. Harmless, really. No one will know. I stash it in my pack next to the leather case, close up the hidden panel, and head out like nothing happened.
Another clean mark.
Almost.
I drop the pack on my table and head for the fridge, the familiar chill of post-job adrenaline still buzzing through me. A cold drink, low lights, and the steady silence of my apartment. This is my version of a victory lap. I open the leather case first. Target items intact. No scratches, no heat, no loose ends. Should be an easy payout. Then I spot the box. It's sitting at the bottom of the pack like it belongs there. Like it's always been there. I pull it out. Set it on the table. The wax looks different. I didn't notice it before, but embedded in one corner is a gold nugget. Small. Dull at first glance, but the longer I stare at it, the more it seems to glow. I run my thumb across the wax. It crumbles slightly. I dig into it with a knife and pry the nugget free. It's heavier than it looks. Feels good in my hand. I try to pick at the wax some more, but it won't budge. The rest of it is sealed tight, like the wax had transformed into concrete. My phone buzzes again. Same contact. Another job. I almost decline. It's too soon. I just got back. But my eyes are still on the box. And suddenly I don't want to wait. More jobs mean more pay. More pay means more chances to feel like this. I take the call. Voice on the other end is short. Same rules. One item. Don't touch anything else. Clean exit. I say, yeah. Got it. I started rechecking my gear, making sure I was still ready for anything, when the box caught my eye. Without really thinking, I packed the box, like it had already decided it was coming with me. I arrived just after midnight. The house is newer. Sleek design, too many keypads, not enough common sense. I've dealt with tighter setups. Accessing the ground floor is a matter of timing. I monitor the exterior cams, disable the entry log, and slip through the side entrance like I was invited. Inside, it's modern luxury. Clean lines. Everything minimal and cold. I move through it like I've done this 100 times. Because I have. The safe is hidden behind a panel in the walk-in closet. I already knew that. What I didn't expect was how fast I'd start feeling. Distracted. The box is in my bag. Sealed tight and buried beneath my gear, yet its presence hums like a low current in my spine. I shouldn't be able to feel it. But I do. Like it's aware of me. Watching. Waiting. It's like it's tugging at something inside me. I find the target. A digital drive in a locked steel case. Easy.
It goes into the pack. That should have been it. But I start scanning the room. Not for threats. Just for more.
There's art on the walls. Real pieces, not reproductions. A drawer filled with high-end watches catches my eye, and a jewelry box nearby holds an unguarded stack of cash. I move through it like I'm doing a sweep for loose ends. But I already know what's happening. I'm not assessing risk. I'm sizing up opportunity. By the time I leave, I've taken 3 extra pieces and 2 envelopes of cash. I don't feel guilty. I feel euphoric. Like I earned more than just the job allowed. Like the room owed me something, and I took what was mine. Outside, my contact's waiting in a parked car a block down. He gets out when he sees me. "You were fast," he says. I hand him the drive. In and out. No alarms. No problems. He opens the case, checks the contents, nods. Then he notices the other stuff in my bag. "What's all this?" I shrug. "Extras?" He frowns. "That's not how we do things, you know that." I zip the bag shut slowly. "I got what you needed. The rest doesn't matter." He looks at me like he doesn't recognize who he's talking to. "This isn't like you, Halden." I don't say anything. I just take the payment and walk. On the way home, the weight in my bag doesn't feel like loot. It feels like something else. Something heavier. Back home, the adrenaline should have worn off. Normally, I'd be in bed by now, drink in hand, replaying the clean exit in my head like a highlight reel. But instead, I'm pacing. I keep thinking about what I did. That last job. It wasn't clean. I took more than I should have, and it wasn't just that one. I've been stacking jobs back to back, barely taking time to breathe between them. Broke my rhythm. Broke the rules I built this entire life on. I try to shake it off, blame it on the payout, on the high. But deep down, I know I've been feeling different lately. Greedy, in a way that doesn't make sense. Like no matter how much I take, it's not enough. I keep telling myself it's just a phase, but I don't fully believe that. I think maybe I need to do something that isn't work-related for once. Step away from the grind, take a night off, clear my head. I grab my coat and head for the bar down the street, thinking a drink and some distance might help clear my head. And for some reason, I bring the box with me. It sits beside me at the bar like a silent partner. The first drink goes down easy. Second one hits a little harder. By the third, I'm scanning the room. Not for company, just instinct. There's a man at the end of the bar with a coat too nice for a dive like this. He leaves it unattended when he goes to the restroom. I don't need what's in it, but I take it anyway. Outside, I swipe 2 wallets and lift a phone from someone stumbling toward the curb. No one notices. Not at first. But just as I'm turning the corner, I hear someone yell. I move fast. Back streets, no cameras, ditch a few blocks over. Heart pounding. Not from fear, from excitement. I'm halfway home before I realize I'm still grinning. The box never left my side. Back at my place, I dump everything onto the table next to the pile from earlier. Cash, cards, gold. In the wax on the box. It's covered now in even more golden nuggets, pressed into the wax like they grew there while I was gone. I start working at the wax again, and this time it gives under the blade like softened clay. Almost warm to the touch. One by one, I pry out the gold nuggets buried inside, each sliding loose like they were meant to come out, like they were waiting for me to come back to them.
bit by bit, the wax falls away, and the lid opens. No resistance. Just a smooth, silent lift. Inside, it's black, too black, a kind of void that swallows the light around it. At the bottom sits a single gold coin. I reach in. The moment my fingers touch it, a hand shoots up from the darkness and latches onto my wrist. Another grips my jaw, yanks it open. I can't move, can't scream. From that lightless void, a shadow begins to rise, dense, fluid, and taking on a disturbingly human shape. It leans forward and pours itself into me, down my throat, into my lungs, deeper. My body jerks violently, legs giving out beneath me as I grip the table for balance. My hand catches the edge, dragging everything down with it. The chair tips back, crashes to the floor. I go with it. Then nothing. No sound, no struggle, just silence. Until I stand back up. And I smile. But it's not me anymore. I whispered through empires, draped myself in silk and gold, and made men kneel before thrones they built in my name. Rome fell feeding me. So did Britannia. Every colony, every war chest, every gilded promise. They knew me by many names. King of Gold, the Collector. Now they'll call me Greed. I stretch my neck, slow, deliberate. Let my fingers roll over the table edge, feeling the scratches Jace left behind. Poor bastard never stood a chance. I take in the room. Sparse, uninspired, functional, but mine now. The reflection in the window catches my eye. The same face, but standing differently now. The posture is taller, more grounded, with a grin that doesn't twitch or fade. All of it humming with a quiet certainty. Improved. I walk to the closet and pull out a suit. Jace kept it for special meetings, but he never wore it. Too careful. Too modest. I slide it on, smoothing the fabric over my arms, but the color, the fit, it lacks presence. It's missing something. I raise a hand and flick the lapels with a thought. The buttons turn to gold. The cufflinks, too. Tasteful, but impossible to ignore. Better. I head to the door. I stop in front of the box, looking down at it. This thing that served as my cage for over a century. I don't hesitate. I place my hand on the lid, and with a single thought, it cracks apart. Gold dust and wax scatter like brittle ash. I grind the rest beneath my heel, slowly savoring it. I destroy it, not because I need to, but because I hate what it represents. It was my prison, my silence, my stillness, and now it's nothing. What's left is mine. I button the jacket, tighten the cuffs, step over the shattered box without a second glance. The front door creaks open like it knows who I am now. Out there, greed thrives, in vaults and auctions and blood-slick handshakes and smirking contracts. My kind of places. Time to find the others. Time to own everything else. And destroy whatever thinks it can stop me.